changing the oil on my black truck. This is the first oil change that I've actually done on this truck. I bought this truck back in December of 2019. It is a 2019 2500 Dodge Ram. It has the Cummins diesel engine in it. Along with doing the oil change, we're going to put these tires here on it. These are a Nitto Mud Grappler 3512 5018. So we're going to get the oil change done, get the tires on there, and just kind of look the truck over a little bit. I ended up trading the blue truck that I had in on this one. So before anybody gives me any crap for owning a Dodge truck, I've owned Fords. I still have Chevys, and this is my second Dodge. I've had trouble with all of them. We used to eat up transmissions on the Fords. We ate up transmission on the service truck, the green Super Cab truck that I have, and I also had transmission trouble on that blue truck that I had, but everything that I had problems on with the trucks here in the past had been on warranty, except for the two transmissions that I ended up putting in the Chevys. The best truck that I've probably ever owned, and I still have it, is my regular cab 2002 2500 HD Chevy pickup. It's just a regular cab, 8-foot box with a 8.1 in it, Allison automatic. So let's get underway. We're going to get the oil drain, going to get to start taking the tires off of it, and get them wide ones on there. Now the other truck was slightly different than this one. It was a 3/4 ton. That one was a 2014. That had the mega cab. However, I had a leveling kit put in the front. So these tires are going to fit a little tight on this one. So I might have to get a leveling kit for this as well. I'm hoping not, because it rode like freaking crap. So let's get the oil drained out and start putting tires on. All right, we're down underneath the truck here. I've already got the... this is the oil pan here, and all it is a 3/8 hex hole, and you can just shove a ratchet in there. So I already got that loose. We'll just pop this plug out of here. I guess I ain't got it loose enough. And then while this is draining, we'll try to yank the filter off. Everything kind of looks the same as the other truck down underneath there. Now this one, I didn't end up doing the rust proofing thing on this one, but I ended up having an autosaver put on this. I had an autosaver on the other one too, and I had the other one undercoated as well. I think undercoating is a waste of money. When that crap gets on everything, it'll start to flake off, and that you'll actually have more trouble from stuff rusting, I think, with the rust proofing tar additive on there than if you left it alone. So let's roll out from underneath and see if we can't get that oil filter off. They can be a little bit of a challenge. So the oil filter on these Dodges, I don't know if you can see it or not, is just inside the fender well here. You can reach in, you can just barely, I can't see if it'll focus in. I got a flashlight in there. It's right here. So we're going to see if we can't manhandle that out of there and get a new one on it while the oil is continuing to drain here. Alright, so Jared has one of these little caps here that's pretty handy. That filter is sitting down vertical, down kind of in the frame rail. We've got it unspun, got it spun off from the oil filter, the oil filter housing itself. And now we could just screw this. I've just got this screwed into the filter. It's got a T-handle on it, and you can just pluck it out of there, just like that. And it doesn't lose any oil. So right, that's upside down. So we'll just spin this out of here. We'll give that back to him, and we'll dump our filter. We'll get our oil plug in, and then we'll start putting in new oil. Alright, so we've got a new filter here, and we might as well fill it up with oil. That's the other nice thing that's with these little guys here, because it's rather difficult to fill this filter here and get it in there, because you almost have to lay the damn filter over on its side in order to get it in there, and you usually spill a bunch of oil, although I could shove this filter in and fill it with this hose here and not need that, but alright, so we got the filter full of oil. Just put a little bit of oil up on this gasket here, like you're supposed to do. Usually I dip old oil out of the pail to lubricate the O-ring. We'll spin this guy on here. And then we can just kind of toss her into place here. By the way, this is a Mobil 1 filter. That's all I could grab today. We use Mobil 1 oil anyway, so. Alright, so we'll spin this little filter plug out of here. I think Jared's still sticking around. If he's here, I could give this back to him. Alright, so. If I can feel where it's supposed to go. Alright, so that's on there. Might as well give Jared his cat back. It is late here on a Saturday night, so he's just getting ready to take off. Well, here's your cat back. Alright, so let's put some oil in this. Okay, so I've got oil all in the truck. We pumped 12 quarts in there. However, when I was putting oil in, the battery went dead on the camera in that last clip I lost. So what we're using for oil here is Mobil Delvac 1300 Super 1540. We get our bulk oils and greases and stuff like that. We got a whole bunch of grease there, cases up there. We get some spray lubricants and whatever from too. We get that from GH Berlin. We're using their bulk Navigard Premium High Trance hydraulic oil for the tractors and skid steers, and then we use this on all the tractors and trucks and everything. This is a bulk oil storage system. They both have pneumatic pumps on them with a 50-foot hose reel, and then all the little trigger thing on the guns. Got a metering device here. You can see I put 11.5 quarts in the truck here, plus a half a quart or so in the oil filter. So this is just a pump metering device, and it makes it handy for dispensing oil. We get antifreeze and whatever in 55-gallon drums. However, we don't get oil anymore in 55-gallon drums. It's just made for a frickin' mess. So let's go ahead and get these tires off in there and get them bad boys on there. Well, that'll be next year's heating oil. However, we don't have enough room, I don't think, for the amount of oil that we're going to go through this year. We didn't use much oil to run through the waste oil heater. And the building next door, that barrel is still half full. So let's get the tires on there. we got the oil change, we got the tires on there. And all I have to do now, I ended up going around, I checked the air pressure on all of them, and then I torqued them. And I just got done putting all the little center cap on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack the tires up that came off back onto that pallet. We'll roll that back over into the building next door. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark these tires where they came off the truck, and then when they go back on there in the fall, I just put them on opposite corners. So got a little crayon in my pocket here. We'll just mark these quick, stack these up, and we'll roll this on out the door here. Well, that's gonna about finish up this project. We got the oil changed and we got the tires on there. Now these tires here, this will be the third season that I'm running them. I did have these on the 2014 that I had, and they've got about 12,000 miles on them. These are a Nitto Grappler, Mud Grappler, Nitto Mud Grappler. They got quite a bit of a lug on them. I don't do any off-roading. These are just basically on there for looks. They're a Eon something or other alloy, aluminum, whatever rim. I've got these wheels and tires from Custom Offsets, and I got these back in 2018. Now, the only real differences between this truck and the truck that I had before it, this one's a Bighorn. The other one was an SLT. This one's got a slightly larger dash in it, or display. The display that's in this, it's got a touch screen. Let's see if I can get that to fire up. It's got just your regular touch screen. You could plug your cell phone or iPad or whatever into it, and you can run navigation off your phone, and it'll appear on the screen here. And this also has it's got a backup camera on it, whatever. I put a tonneau cover on here. I really don't use this truck for the farm at all. I mean, I'll go get parts once in a while with it, but as far as it doing any heavy duty work, it's more or less just a Sunday truck for me. My wife drives it quite a bit too. This truck has got, it's the 4-door crew cab. The truck that I had before this was the 4-door mega cab. In the back seat on that mega cab, you had just as much leg room as the front seat. There's still quite a lot of room back here. I had a bench seat up front in the other truck, and this one's got it's got a full armrest and whatever, so you can't sit 3 people up front of this. This is only a 5-passenger truck. The other one was a 6-passenger. I was looking at a half-ton truck because, again, I do not use the truck. I do not use this truck on the farm. When I bought my other one, I felt that I had an idea what I was going to do is just run it for 5-6 years and then start to use it on the farm a little more. But I was thinking I would trade it for a half-ton. I looked at a couple of half-ton trucks, and they were a lot of freaking money. And I got kind of off the kick of buying a new truck, and then I went down by the dealership and I seen this one being a 3/4 ton and whatever, and a diesel. Again, I don't really need the diesel, but boy, it gets phenomenal fuel mileage. I took this truck to Columbus, Ohio, when I went out to that John Deere thing back in the first part of December. Actually, the truck, I only had it like 3 days. When I went on that trip, and then I took it out west when I was looking for a couple of tractors here back in the beginning of February. And I got 22.5 miles to the gallon on my way out there, and I had a little bit of a tailwind coming back. And on my return trip, I got just over 23 miles to the gallon with this truck. And, you know, for what it is, a half ton, I don't know what you'd get with a half ton. You pay quite a bit more for that diesel engine, but what they gave me on my old truck, I felt that the diesel was worth having as far as the resale value goes. And I was able to buy this truck for about the same money that it was going to cost me to buy a half-ton truck. So I don't claim to have the best stuff, folks. I just make the best of what stuff I have. I had said earlier that, you know, some people will get on me because I've got a Dodge, but I've had Fords, and I still have Chevys. So my wife drives a Chevy Tahoe. I actually bought that for her for Christmas back in 2018. And Sarah drives a Chevy Suburban, and I've got a 3/4 ton Chevy truck, a 2002, and our service truck is a 2005 with a Duramax. So I've had them all, and I've had them all break on me, and I've put a lot of money into all of them. The other Dodge that I had, I did mention that earlier, that I had to have 2 transmissions put into that, but it was on warranty. I don't know why they went. I drove it like a freaking car. So that's going to do it for this video, folks. I want to thank you for watching, and we will catch you at the next video.